Hey folks, it's Gail here from Seattle Coffee Gear, and what do I have as a lineup today to show you? I have the Skerton models, how they've changed them from the Hario Skerton from the beginning to the end. This is the original, this is the Plus, and now we have the Pro. What's the difference, you may ask? Well, I'm about to show you. On the original one, which is a little bit like the Plus, as you were grinding, especially on coarser settings, you'd get a lot of play, so a little bit more inconsistencies. And also, on this model, this is how you change the grind setting. You unscrew this, you take the handle off, you can take this lid off, and then you take this stop. This is a stop. That's all the best word I can put to it. And then change your grind by turning this right here, right? So you can see that the burr, watch the burr goes out, then the burr goes back in, making it finer. So that's how you had to make your adjustments. Once you made that adjustment, you then put this stop on that would keep it in place. It had a lot of movement, especially on coarser settings. And so, like I mentioned earlier, that consistency wasn't there. So what did they do? On the next model up, the Plus, they actually still had the same grinder setting right here. You still took the handle off. Still took this off, you still took the rubber top off, you still took that stop off. But down inside here, if you look very carefully, they put a stabilizing piece of metal that would actually give the shaft here more stability, not as much rocking back and forth. Okay, that was good. So now you could feel it, not quite as much rocking back and forth. Okay, put that to the side. Along comes the Pro. What have they changed? The handle slips off like this very easily. Doesn't have a rubber top on it, has a plastic top. You know, that's good. Doesn't really make too much difference. It has a whole stabilizing plastic piece that goes down through, so it's stabilizing that shaft 3/4 of the way. So you're getting a lot more stability. It also, they put some pie shapes in here for where the beans set in the hopper. A little bit different design on the outside as far as looks go. This rubber that goes on the bottom, unlike these here, a little different shape. You can see that this is a little more squared off, a little more stability. It's like widening out the base of it to make it a little more stable. Also, what this does too is, as you're grinding, lets it really glue itself to the countertop, which is nice. And then the other thing that they changed, other than the stability and this rubber mat and the handle and the top, this is how you make your grinder adjustment, your burr adjustments. As you're making those adjustments, put the handle on to stabilize it, to hold it. Put your hand on it, and then make your moves. And you can see that burr, watch it go in. So, much easier, in my estimation, to make your grinder selection, the finer or coarser, right from here. I think this is much nicer. This has always been a little bit of this stop has always been a little bit of a pain in the neck because you got to line it up properly to make it work. And so I played around with this just to see what it would do. Quite liked it. Liked the way it worked. It did seem more stable as far as the rocking motion, which I found to be pretty nice. And I guess let's throw some beans in. Gotta show how it works. We've got some creamery going on from Ruby here. I said, it says here, colorful coffees. I wonder if they're gonna dye some coffee for Christmas. Red and green. Just saying. Just saying. Put the lid on. Now I have that set to a fairly fine setting, as I recall. It's somewhere in the middle. So that's how it works. You know, if you have time in the morning and this is the way you want to do it, I would say for espresso it's going to be very laborious. For something that's in between, not so bad. Like for your drip and that, what I just did for that amount of grinding, this is what I came up with. Not very much. And, hey, hold still. Let's feel what that is. That's espresso grind right there. So just to show you some of the other grinds that we did. This is espresso grind. This is the finest. Then I ran it up a little bit more, and then the coarsest. When I felt this, my instinct was that this would choke a machine, as a Rocket or a Sylvia or something like that. Very, very fine. This one, while it doesn't look that much different from your point of view probably, but the touch, this is more like what espresso, or might be a little bit coarse for your Rocket or your Sylvia, but it would definitely be possibly too fine for a pressurized system. This, I'd probably use that for drip myself. Two, the consistency, not too bad, you know. As you run it up to the coarsest, which is French press, that's definitely very, very coarse. Like with most grinders, you lose a lot of consistency. That's the nature of the beast. It's not a beast, though. This is not a beast at all. It's very small. But yeah, as you get to the lower, even for the drip and on down, very consistent. I was very impressed. So, look at that. I laid that down and the beans stayed in there, thank goodness. That's the Skerton Pro from Hario. Check it out. What's changed? Rubber mat, burr adjustment in here, the way the shaft is supported, and the handle. A little bit different. So check it out on our website. Let us know your experience with the hand grinders, the Skertons in particular, down below, comments, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. And thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoy your hand grinder.